You'd have to see it to believe it. Holy cow, do we have a lot of mods to show off today. 58 in total. All platforms get 39 new mods today. That's how many total mods we had yesterday with only 3 new ones. They also got 16 updates, which is still ridiculous. And PC and Mac players got 2 new and 1 update. Again, 58 mods to take a look at today. Timestamps are linked down below. This is probably going to be a bit of a longer video, so we'll just have to wait and see how long it is. We'll see at the end. Let's start them off with some vehicles. We have the Lizard D14000. This is from Solutions Modding. It comes in a pack. You've got the truck itself. You have a deck loader. Then you have a liquid tank, a tipper, and then a dump truck bed. As for the truck, we have quite a bit of customization options, including wheel setups. There are 5 different ones to choose from, which kind of changes up the front and the back depending on which one you go for. You got 130 horsepower manual transmission, 80 mile per hour max speed, and this does not change. So which is what you get through there. Forward, this is just going to change up a few things on the front bumper. Horns can be added to the very top. That's pretty nice. Michelin dialed again, left, right, or both. Antennas, left, right, or both. Placards, you can add these on here. It says a couple different things, which is kind of cool. We've seen these on a few other things as well, but hey, it's nice to see those added here if you wanted to add them. Then we have exhaust, which we have to spin all the way around towards the back. So it's either going to be by the spare tire or below the spare tire. Rear line is going to be on the very back, so you can choose between the yellow and black or the red and white. Then we go around to the windows. Now, you're going to see it says standard right here. If I go over one, we get sun protection. So that's actually going to be like this purple strip that goes across. But if we keep going, you get the minus, which is just a little bit more. It's not darker. It's less see-through, I guess. And you can continue to go through this all the way down to basically not being able to see in it at all. And then you've got colors for main design, low skirt, fuel tank, and rim color. But that's not all. As I mentioned, we do have connections for the deck loader, which can be loaded down, and you could drive vehicles up onto it. I think that's pretty cool. The liquid tank, which holds 6,000 liters. You can add some boxes to the top, but those are just decoration. This only holds a couple things, so it hasn't really gotten up to the times with all of the current liquids in the game. We only have regular cow milk and buffalo milk, water, liquid fertilizer, and herbicide. So we are missing quite a few things from that. We do have a tipper, which is nice to see, with a capacity of 12,800 liters. You can also drop it down to a bell trailer as well with decals. However, I don't think the decals are on the bell trailer. Come to here. There you go. There you go. Plenty of color options as well. Plus, we have the tipper here, 12,000 liters, or an extension of 20,000 liters with plenty of colors. The engine on here sounds really good. Check this out. It's awesome. We can raise and lower the rear, so if you wanted to kind of bring this like that, if you go very quickly, yeah, don't do that, but it is fun. And then I have chosen this bed. Ooh, truck is a loud truck. I've chosen this bed to go for. Let's click the button. Oh, we can bring it down on our own. Well, do be careful. Those buttons are very close together, but it does bring it down. Nice. And of course, we have straps to go along with it. Very cool truck, very neat setup. Loving it. Now we get into the Lizard AGR 1500. This is from Agritono and is supposed to be the 4-door version of the base game Lizard Pickup 2017. So if you're like, hey, that kind of looks familiar, well, it should. You do have a couple different engines, all the way up to 450 horsepower and all the way down to 300. So still quite a lot of power on here. Michelin 2s, Continental 2s. Wow, mispronounced Continental. Quite a few different things there. So you choose whichever tires you want, and then you go through and choose the rims that you want. Bumper on the front, plastic or painted. Cabin headlights, you got a LED or grill. You can also go with kind of both-ish. And then we also get an orange beacon, police beacon, LED and orange beacon, and so forth. That's kind of neat. I love that we get a police beacon on the top. Front grille, you get a couple different setups for that. Fenders, we have a couple different sets for those, especially if you decide to go for a wide tire. Stripes, you can do a couple different ones through those. Very cool to see livery options. Don't always get those. Front headlights, you either get a chrome or a black mask. Running boards as a yes or a no through there. Roll bar around towards the back. That's basically what you get in the base game truck anyway, so that's kind of nice. Side moldings can be removed. I prefer them not on there. Middle of the windows. Yes, Or no, it's that black part in between. And then you've got exhaust, which could be coming out either the left or the right if you have a preference. Service and brand stickers. So we start off with our standard, but we also have the firefighter set up in a, I believe it's Portuguese, I'm guessing, since Agritono is Brazilian. We also have the fire department. Is that how you spell that? I don't know. Police. I have no idea. You do have the black and white, so you do have the white doors with the police. That's kind of neat. And then we have branding as well. Oh my goodness, that is all of the brands. Holy cow. There we go. Since I can't say it, we're just going to throw it on the side of the truck. Axle widths. Here's where you get to do those, so you can spread those axles out if you have those wide fenders. That would be perfect for you. Goodness, there's so much customization. You've got all kinds of camouflage on here. Then you've also got your trailer hitch. If we spin them right around, there you go. There's that. Window tints, plenty of those, and colors for everything, even the air around it. Just kidding, but you know what I mean. Taking a look at my really awkward K-branded camouflage truck. We do have some animations on the headlights, if you're seeing those. That's pretty neat. You could unfold the truck so we can bring the back down. We do have straps. You can even unfold it or fold it so it actually puts a bed cover on there. That's kind of nice. And then we can play around with the suspension a little bit. It's not too fast, thank goodness. And you can even, raise up the rear end if you really wanted to. And we also have movements for the seat on the inside as well. Doesn't actually move the seat, but it moves you. So if you have a preference where you like to sit, you can do that and then adjust your steering wheel and you are off to the races. And yes, I am going to put this on the back of the semi-truck. This semi-truck, the truck itself. Leave me alone. It looks really silly up there. I'm going to leave it. We also have the return of the Road Rage, and this kind of looks like the exact same model that was in previous farming simulator games, but it's from a different modder. Beforehand, we've seen it from our good friend Vector Man. However, this one is from Just Farming, who has really come out in Farm Sim 25 with a lot of cool mods. So in here, you got 400 horsepower, tinted windows if you wanted to, multiple different stripe options. Love having the option there. And then we've got a lot of colors as well. So there's a lot of the Skoda colors which are in here. However, if you're like me, I'm a big fan of red with a black racing stripe. Less party. Start it up and see what we get. Does this have a power shift transmission? Hang on, wait a minute. It says manual. However, I'm looking down at the bottom right. Is it all just high? Don't tell me these are groups. The transmission isn't what it says it is. It says it's a manual, but it's actually a power shift. As much as I think Ford would be okay with having a power shift transmission, saying that it could pull anything it wanted to, I think we may want to update that. Not only that, are those brake calipers rolling? That's not how that works. All right, yeah, this is definitely going to have to get an update. All right, that's all of our trucks and cars today. Let's talk about a lawnmower, the John Deere 330 Lawn Tractor. This is from Solutions Modding as well. They've had a big day today. So they've had a big past couple weeks. In here, we have a couple different wheel setups to go for. Yes, those are rear twins. You're going to need them. Chunky boys as well. You got those nice tractor tires set up. Actually, in my Mower IRL, let's see if I can get it set up. Yeah, there we go. I've got a Kubota, but I do have tractor tires on the front and the back of mine. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. We also have front weights, so you can add those on there. Oh, look at the little John Deere weights on the front. Oh, they're so cute. All right, let's just go with a single one. 20 kgs, of course. Exhaust, we've got a different exhaust coming out the top. I would prefer to keep that out the side, or else this is just going to go right into your face. Oh, but if you were doing like a lawn tractor derby kind of thing, that might be fun. That might be cool. A little tractor pull. Anyway, stickers on the hood. Got your family farming, and you've got flames, the Go Fast stripes. Yes, John Deere logo. You can add or remove that around towards the front, the emblem. And then we also have hubcaps, which look terrible, but you could add them if you wanted to. There's also a 3-point attachment for the back, if that's what you're feeling, plus lots of color options. Now, we also have this guy, the John Deere 330 deck, the mower deck, 1.8 meters at 31 miles an hour. You can ignore that. I don't know why that says 31. The tractor itself doesn't hardly even go 12. So there's no way. And then you've got a vacuum bagger for the back. You could do what they call the dummy capacity, which is going to be 6,000 liters, which, to be fair, with the 1.8 meter working width on the deck, this, yeah, that's fine. You will have to drive over the mower deck in order for it to go on there, and then you will have to raise it up after you've connected it. So just a quick heads up on that one. We'll back up here to the blower. There it is. Oh, I gotta attach this manually, don't I? There we go. Yeah, it's a toggle working mode, but it doesn't actually give you like what working mode you're in. But yeah, you have to toggle the working mode and then it'll put it on there. So I think we're good to go. That's 4 pretty cool mods so far. Let's keep going. Here's something cool from AAA Modding, the Fortschritt E281C pack. This is a forage harvester, not a combine harvester, but a forage harvester. We do have a couple different configurations for your setups, but that is it. 175 horsepower on here with a variable transmission. You've got 185 liters of fuel, 15 mile an hour, 20 liters. That's going to be your silage additive, and it weighs 6 tons. Plenty of colors as well to choose from. Now, here's where it gets cool because we have quite a few different things to choose. So this harvester header right here, this will do corn and some of your other stuff down there at the very bottom. We've also got the mower head right here. Now the cool thing about the mower head, 4.6 meter working with, by the way, there, 3 meters on the other. So if you want to do corn, you have to do the far left one, and if you want to do grass, you have to do the second one. But the rest of it is exactly the same. And it's even got a trailer hitch so you could pull it around if you needed to, and we also have a pickup header for this as well, so if you are picking up any grass or hay, you can use this. And did I mention you have a trailer hitch in the back of this? Oh yeah, so not only can you pull around your header, but you can also pull around a trailer if you'd like. Now here's a nice one. This is the John Deere 7030 Premium Series from DB Modding. Check how party this thing is. I'm more of a case guy, but I do love John Deere in the game. This has 190 horsepower, and it goes 24 miles an hour, although we can increase that a little bit if we wanted to, including a chiptune 7530. Boy, oh boy, up to 225 horsepower if you needed it, of course. You've also got different wheel brands, so we could change those up. Michelin, Midas, Continental, Nokian, BKT, and Trelleborg. Not particularly in that order, but we do have quite a few in there, including, look at that. Those are some tiny, skinny, little narrow tires. Love it! Extra lights can be added around towards the very front. Designs, you got a left beacon setup, right beacon, and both beacons. Attachments, you can change up the front, which is very, very nice. Love seeing that. Plus, front 3-point, love it. Starfire 6000 is the receiver on the top. You've got it. And we even have front loader for quickie and Hauer. No John Deere, but I don't think the John Deere one that we have would fit this one. This kind of fits right in between that small to medium setup. You've also got front fenders of yes or no. Like in this setup, front fenders do look a bit silly, but that looks pretty darn good. Love these tractors. Next on our list, we have the Fendt 900 Vario S4, not to be confused with the Fendt 900 Vario S4. This one has wheel weights in the picture, so if you're curious which one to go for, that's the one. In here we get engines from 305 all the way up to 396, and that is going to be in increments of 40, 50, and 60 kilometers per hour. We also have different wheel brands, which is very nice to see, including a medium tire set and even narrow twins. Oh, I love it. Reverse driving can be added if you like to have that in there. Wheel weights are going to be separate. Some of you guys like that, so if you do, that is very cool, and we have a couple different sections of them as well. We even have the line, so we have the Profile line, Profile Plus, the Power, well, it keeps going, I guess. Lighting, you've got halogen and LEDs, or just LED. You can also add LED backing lights as well. How cool is that? I like the red and the white, but you could go for what you like. Then we have beacon lights themselves. It comes with none, and then you can add those separately, left, right, and both. Chrome exhaust can be added, and then this is also where we get our design line for the front. That's kind of where I thought line was going to be, but nope, just down here in design. Then we have warning stripes, yes or no, model year of 2014 or 2018. Front PTO is separate, and then you've got colors. Come on, give me the petrol blue. Hey. Love it. More Fendt as we have the 300 Vario Series. This is going to come with 2 models. We have the Gen 4 as well as the Vario S4. Now, we already have the Fendt 300 Vario Gen 4, but this is a double pack. So if you're looking for that, there you go. Horsepower ranges, if you've got the Gen 4, 113 to 142 with a variable transmission. And then if you're going for the S4, you've got between 103 and 132 with the Vario transmission. Customization options between the two are pretty identical, so we'll just kind of go over a few things quickly. Of course, we have the engine setup. You've got your wheels and tires, kind of choosing what you like. Love seeing a set of duals on a 300. One of my favorite things to see. Wheel weights, of course, these are going to be added separate. We have the line, which is going to be the Profi, or the Profi Plus, and the power. Beacon lights are exactly the same as the last one. Cabin, which can be changed up a little bit between the panoramic cabin, Visio Plus, and the door right, so that's cool. Mirrors, you've got standard, and you've got the ultra-wide ones, very cool. Lights are halogen or LED. Warning signs are separate. Front loaders of Quickie and Hauer, model year 2015 or 2020. And then you got colors. Now, if you're like me, you love a good Hürlimann tractor, and we have the XMT4i released today from Game & Flow. This has got between 110 and 130 horsepower, so small tractor. Very obviously, wheel brands and wheel setups to choose from, and you've even got your beacon lights. So these are going to be either a halogen or LED setup, but that is it. Couldn't have a mod day without Hispano Modding, who's brought us in the Hardi Rubicon 9000 from the base game of Farming Simulator 22 or 19. I guess it could be either one. 370 horsepower on here, 1,000 liters of fuel, 31 miles an hour, holds 12,000 liters of stuff. It's also got a 48.5 meter working width, which is insane. 15 mile per hour max speed as well. I do like that. We do have a couple different setups for wheels, so you can check those out. They're all narrow tires, so which is kind of what you get through those. And we have a capacity all the way up to 200,000 liters. So they've added an unrealistic capacity option, which I am just here for. You have no idea. And then we have colors to change this to whatever you want. Your last vehicle today, this is the Jungheinrich ETV 216i. It has an 8.8 meter reach, which is just so stupid. That's insane. 33 horsepower on here with a variable transmission, not like you're going anywhere. It's a 22 kilowatt hour battery at 8 miles per hour. Working lights can be added if you need working lights on here, and then we have different beacon light systems which could be added. Oh, and of course, don't forget the colors, including, ooh, no, it's over here. Ow, that hurts my eyes blue. Oh man, HR Force always coming through with it. All right, let's take a look at this thing just to show you how high we could get this thing to reach up to. Start it up, grab a hold. We are driving. And he's looking straight. Look, 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 look. No, look, yay! All right, enough of the stupidity. Let's bring it up. Poof, back up. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. Yeah. That is what I'm talking about. Yikes. Uh-oh, I'm getting dizzy. Now we get into tools, and we have the release of Custom Modding's CaseIH 2160 Early Riser Planter Series. I've already done at least 2 videos on this at this point, so we're probably not going to go over a whole lot of it. 380 horsepower, 27.4 meter working width, 3,523 liter setup. If we go down to our hoppers and stuff, we can increase that up to 5,000. So you can make it pretty high if you wanted to. We also have the S-Tech or the wheels on the back. So you kind of choose between which one of those you want. And we got numbers between 1 and 18, and those are going to be added towards the front of the machine. I will say this, though. It does seem like there's a lot of options missing, or at least quite a few options missing from the version that we had originally. So I wonder if Custom Modding is going to release a version with all the stuff, or maybe this is just the version. It is a very large machine, so if you're going to get this out, do be careful with it. The wheels, or tracks rather, are at the very back. Oh boy. No, 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 no. Go, go, go. So it is quite large. You saw it bending right there. It's because the sides actually bend in a little bit, which makes it really great for these big fields. You can hit a bump and you're going to be A-okay, homie. Let's bring this around, spin it, and we'll unfold around the same time. And it looks like it is going to take 1.5 years to unfold, so we got to wait for every single row to fold down. Now that that's over with, we can get out here into the field and take a gander at it. Oh yeah. Now it is a direct drill, so if you need to drill over anything, you can do that. That is our case. Drop it down through here. Boom. There you go. So down at the very bottom, you can see all that good stuff. I think this will be a pretty popular seeder, making it, I mean, it is the largest case seeder that we've got in the game currently, the 2160. We've been hearing about it for what feels like ever now. We'll say this, it's really great to see it out. That's not all, because we also have some more case mods. This one is the CaseIH Headers. So we have a 12-meter header with no trailer or anything like that. And then if we take a look here, we have the 13.7-meter TerraFlex draper, 45-footer. Very nice. I believe these were from the base game of, was it 22 or 20? 19? I can't remember, but we have much smaller headers now than we did then. We also got some CaseIH corn headers. This is a really nice red day today. I'm digging it, man. The CaseIH 4400 series corn headers. In here we have 4 different ones. First one's going to be 5.3 meters. Then we have 6, 9, and 12.5. You've got model years from 2014, 2022, or 2020, sorry, or 2021 up to 2024. So you can choose those. There's not a whole lot of difference between the two, to be honest with you, other than the logo. However, it is still nice that we have those options. Plus, you've got an in-row auger, which can be added, and a protective screen, which can be added right below the intake, or above the intake, rather. How cool is that? I love it. Next on our list, the Kaweco 28M3 Gooseneck, or cubed meters, I think is probably the way to go for that one. This goes along with the Claas Lexion 4200 5000 from Han. So if you have that mod downloaded, this will work with that. Spin that Zarian around and you'll be able to hook this up to the back of it. And then you've got all kinds of color options to choose from, including different trailer options for your wheels. Neat. 28,000 liters, 400 horsepower, and 9 miles an hour. They also have a front unit which could be added to that as well. So basically, we've got the bits and bobs that are similar, not exact, but similar, that came with the saddle track pack, but for Zarian. I'm all in for it. 2 thumbs up. Here's a super unique setup here. We barely see the whole thing. I may have to get this into the game. This is the Lizard Double Drop B-Train. What it is it's 2 drop levels where you're able to load up some pretty heavy-duty stuff, whether you want to load up bales, pallets, which is what they say, but I'm trying to think of what else you could upload or put on this. We do have chicken lights, which I prefer, so we'll kind of grab those, bring it into the game, and it looks like it just barely had enough space for it. We'll pull forward a little bit, put down straps, and take a look. So we have, ooh, look at those straps. Very nice. I like those. Those are nice models. But we have full sets all the way straight back. Now, this version right here looks like it might have something. Let's see what kind of trouble we can get into back there. Strap it down. Yep. Although for the back trailer, the straps are going under, not over like they are here. And it is hooked up like a B-train. So if you wanted to buy a bunch of these and just get the front trailer, I guess you could do that. Here's the mod I've been waiting on. This is the Agricultural Flatbed Trailer 10M from GNFS. We talked about this in Farm Sim News. It is pulled behind a tractor. You do have a pin hitch on there, so you can take a look at that. And then we could change up the wheel setups here, depending on which one you want to go for. And then we've got colors for the main and rim. What you do is you lower the back down, and it's got a really nice center of gravity, so you're able to move around small to mid-sized combine harvesters with the headers attached to the back of the header trailers, because you have a trailer hitch right there, and you can move them around. It's very, very cool. Now, GNFS does make quite a few South American-inspired mods, and I believe this is one of them. Next on our list, we have the Maitre Pack, and this contains a lot. It says 7 trailers, but there's more than 7 in here. We have, what is that, 5, 10, 13 trailers. Goodness gracious. Anyway, we have a lot of tippers. So through here, at least we've got, what is that, 4 tipper trailers, ranging from 24,200 up to 39,000. And then we've also got 27.2 up to 43. Now we do have different ones here as well. We have the Atlas 24 and the Atlas 24 elevator. Honestly, it's so a lot easier just to show you what this does and jumping in the game. Yeah, it is literally elevating the trailer into the air. So you are able to raise that up a little bit higher than you normally would, while still having the option to choose whether you want anything, any of the stuff, the dumpingnesses. You can do those. I have it set to parking right now. There we go. That's a lot better. Yeah, How cool is that? And then we can bring it back down. So those are going to be your differences there. I thought it was just a lot easier to show you guys ahead of time. As far as customization, there's really not a lot, but you can change up a few things, like the main colors. So that's nice. We have 2 manure spreaders. One of them will hold between 19 to 21,000 liters. Got a 12-meter spread, and the other one is, well, exactly the same. However, it's got 2 axles instead of 1. Now we can talk about our auto load trailers. Oh yeah, we got some auto load trailers. In here, these will hold all of our in-game bales from 125 up to 300 or 238 centimeter. Those are your cotton bales, and then it'll do baby bales all the way up to square cotton bales on these square bales. So that is super awesome. You will need to enable auto load on here, but after that you're good to go. And we do have multiple different folding mechanisms, although those aren't going to really matter when it comes to auto loading. Lastly, we have a dump trailer right here, smaller one, 18 or 21,000 liter capacity. And you could change up the wheel options, though I dig the ones that come on it by standard. We get a small little trailer right here. A couple different things with this one. So you got a 4,100 liter capacity, 8,200 liters. So go between both of those. Or if you go with the bell trailer, you've got auto loading on there, which I find super duper cool. Yeah, so you can kind of choose what you like through that. I dig it. And then lastly, we have the animal trailer right here. Again, color options could be added. 6 cows, 14 pigs, 12 sheep, and 6 horses. So, whew, goodness gracious. So which one do you go for? There's so many choices. Now we're into tools. We have the Rolmako U665 PowerDisc. Another Rolmako, I think this is the 20th or 30th Rolmako mod from JMZ. Goodness gracious. Could have been a pack. In here, you get a couple different versions, lighting and leveling screens. 420 horsepower required. Nice. 12 meter working with 11 miles an hour. Also have the MAG Kios Series from the SDF modding team. This can either be a mulcher or a roller, which is neat. And we have multiple different working widths, all in the same model. Pack of small cultivators, the Lizard PB3-0X1. And here you've got a 3 meter, 5 and 8 meter cultivators. They are pretty darn cheap and they are pretty low horsepower required. Look at this one, 8 meters, 120 horsepower required. And you can even change up what you got on the back. So if you need it to be a little bit lighter, you can make it a little bit lighter. And lots of color options. Look at all those colors. Goodness gracious. This just may be a great starting cultivator pack. Got another mulcher for you, the Seppi M S9 Base. On this one, we have a couple different designs for colors, and we also have different setups for attacher types, so if you go on the front, the back, or the both, and warning signs as well. 2.8 meters, 7 miles an hour. Next up, the AGCO Squarebalers, and this is actually a mod that is both PC only and crossplay. The difference is going to be the silage additive, or the hay additive, as they've made it here, because it is different technically. So we got 2 different balers. We have the more old school style baler right there, and then we have more of a new school system. As far as the application system is concerned, this is where you're going to add your hay additive or the silage additive. So there is that. 420 liter capacity, of course, very nice. Taking a look at the old one, because I really dig some of the older stuff here. We'll stick on the hay additive set there. Wheel brands, Trelleborg, Michelin, Vredestein, BKT, and Nokian. We do have some wide tires as well, which is cool. Decals, we have the old Fendt as well as the new Fendt, Massey Ferguson. And, well, that's it, I guess. You've also got homologation decal, which could be thrown, well, I was going to say on the back. I'm actually not quite sure. Aha, there it is. So people behind you know how fast you're going to go. Square baler, you've got the twine, empty, and then main colors. So if you went with the Massey Ferguson, that's where you would change that up. It's pretty cool. I also like that we could do like a black Fendt setup right here. Ooh, yo, black Massey Ferguson. Yeah, love that. Yeah, it looks like that's kind of the only difference. I don't know exactly how much of a yield increase we're going to see. However, they say with the hay additive system here, it can significantly increase the yield of your harvest. Some extra testing will have to be done. I imagine somebody like Mr. Silly P or very likely Farmer Cop will be doing a little bit of testing with this. We're not done with Hispano yet, though. The Lemken Azurit 9, a Solitair 23. Yeah! These are returning from previous Farming Simulator base games. 600 or 6,000 liter capacity for seeds. That is wild. It does all those stuff down through there. It is not a direct drill, so you will have to be careful. Ooh, 20,000 liter? Yo. That's what I'm talking about right there, though. For real. I'm so happy we get some unrealistic stuff in here. Finally, let's go. From Just Farming, the Lely Mower Pack. This includes front and rear mowers, 9 meters and 3.2 respectively. These were some of my favorite mowers back in the day, and I'm super happy to see them return. See, 70 horsepower and 160 horsepower. So it looks like you are going to, well, definitely need a little bit of power for those. What does that add up to? 230? Get you 250 horsepower, you'll be good to go. Now, it's about this little guy right here, the Jacto J7700G. What is this, you say? It's a sprayer, baby. Yeah! Turn the light on, sprout at things! It's not working. Figured it out. I don't use sprayers, so I forgot how to use it. Yeah, there you go. And when you put it back away, the engine turns off. The engine sounds great, by the way. And we can move along. Now, you will have to start the engine here, but you're just really like starting. The game needs you to start the engine. That's how that works. How cool is that? Ah, it's so neat. Last one we're going to show in game is this one, the Consumable Support. We've actually got quite a few of these already, but it's cool to see even more. So this will support bell ramp, barrel twine, and bell net. So depending on which one of them you need, you can just add these, and we can also spend not a whole lot of money and get a whole pallet's worth on here. So that's pretty cool, and especially being able to change the main color. That is very cool. Hey, since we got a nice hay mod today, maybe gonna be doing a little extra baling. This may not be a bad mod to pick up. Yeah, check it out. Rounding out the new ones for all platforms, we had a bunch of placeables, including the Dairy Special, which includes mozzarella, ricotta, and gorgonzola cheese. The Village Shop Sell Point. The Outdoor Chicken Coop, which holds 3 different capacities, 500, 750, and 1,000 chickens. Buildings for Colony, with a bunch of sheds. We also have the greenhouses for root crops, so they say root vegetables, carrots, potatoes, and beetroots can be grown. Temporary wire silos holding 12,000, 34,000, and 74,000 liters each. Additionally, we have automatic water for animals and greenhouses, which is filled with 1 billion liters of water. Well, it's 999,999,999, but you get the idea. This works very similar to the one that we had at Farming Simulator 22. If you need water, just simply place it down somewhere, and it will just fill up the water. This is a silo extension, so if you do sell it, like if you put it in the wrong place and you decide to sell it, you will get paid for 1 billion liters of water, which may take a little bit of time to get through. It's also a really great way to make some extra cash if you want as well. We've also got Garage with a Workshop from Patty and Icus, Medium Garage from 750 Ti, US Construction Fences from Gamer Designs, Tree Decoration Pack, and lastly, Place Decoration Trees Indefinitely, or Place Deco Trees Indefinitely. This is a set of decorations, which are trees. Does that make sense? They're not really trees, they just look like trees. Well, isn't a tree that looks like a tree just a tree? Anyway, you can't cut it down, but you can look at it. Yeah, that was awkward. So we got a lot going on with updates now, and we're going to start with the Lizard Colossus pack from Chris S. and Riley S. This is going to be version 1.2. So we're starting off with adjustments. They fixed the 73DD3R unrealistic, not dropping hay correctly on the right side. Swath dropping configuration has been added to the 73DD3R unrealistic. Change the default working mode on the Quick Mo Unrealistic Swath Drop. Added 155 centimeter bells to the Bellmaster. All 155 centimeter bells produced are 25,000 liters. Added plow configuration to the Vineyard Cultivator. Added salt spreader version of the FLM 726. And added selectable 238 centimeter bell option to the Colossus 7000 Unrealistic. Now we also have some new equipment, including the Lizard Colossus 2000 Grape Harvester and Olive Harvester. We have the Lizard Titan Vineyard Mulcher. That's pretty cool. We also have the Lizard Titan Vineyard Pruner. Pretty cool. Titan Forage Collect, the Colossus 6000. That is very, very nice. We also have the RTS 1720 Sprayer, the Colossus Stone Scraper 5300, the Liquid Trans 5508, and a Report Bugs. You can click on their logo on the Mod Hub website. How cool is that? All right. Next, we have the CaseIH Magnum 340-400 Series Special Edition FL, and I didn't know that the name scrolled at the top. Granted, we don't have a lot of mods with long names. Anyway, this is version 1102, adjusted the ground friction of the tires, and added additional Mitas crawler track option. Also, they have released the current setup right beside 1102. Very cool. Love that. Thanks. The Lexion 410-480 version 101. Fix unloading and remove the color difference on white. SDF Vineyard Pack 1001. Fixed IC bug and fix the resetting of the tractor when inside plowed furrows. Selectable bale capacity 1.3. Updated the XML files for compatibility with game version 1.10. Added support for alfalfa and clover to 1, 2, 4, and 9 capacity bales. And added the Massey Ferguson RB4160V ProTech and Fendt Ratana 160V Combi balers. Man, this was submitted not very long ago. Those are some really quick updates. Speaking of, we got another one. The Gens HEM5A3 version 1.1 added rim color configuration, added configuration for automatic pipe, easy arm control added, and some smaller changes. Rabe MKE 300 and multi-drill M300 version 1.1. On the M300 lower link ball, attachment to the circular harrow are automatically removed. Duvel's Door Big Bag Handler 1.1 redid the decals, new store mod icon, and added support for vehicle years mod. Filtrina Flatbed Series from the SMI modding team 1.1 fixed an invisible collision that caused the block of the trailer and added a tension belt to all configs. Rolmako Soil Protector 1.1 functionality has been reworked since each section has the function of 3 different machines, mulcher, cultivator, and roller, respectively, and improve the AI working behavior. Rolmako U4364M 4.5M Pack 1003 improved the AI worker behavior. And we have the same update to the Roll-X BTHC 400. Next up, Lime Fertilizer Salt Herbicide Seed Protection version 101. Change field types filed to register on console. Farm Building Set version 1002. Slurry trigger fixed. Same update to the GDR Pig Barn. And your last update for all platforms, the Moderns Street Lamps version 1.1. Added protective stirrup configuration to each street light. Added Spanish, Polish, Italian, Turkish, and Portuguese translations. Jumping over to new ones for PC and Mac players, we have the AGCO Squarebalers. Now, this is the PC version, not the Crossplay version. And if you're on PC like me and you're like, well, which one's which? Well, this one has a lizard hay additive. And over here, we have the Baler's Choice hay additive. So, if you need one, well, there you go. You know which one's which. And your only other new one for PC Mac players is approved production distribution, which stops distribution to inactive products. Your last mod today is Vehicle Years. This will be version 1003. Added support for all mods per 2025-714. And there she blows. That is the end of this one. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like if you did. Get subscribed if you're new, and join the Go Ham fam. If you got any questions, please let me know. And hey, if you missed Farm Sim News from this morning, definitely go check that out. We talked about a few things, as well as Game Pass getting PlayStation Farming Simulator 25. PlayStation, unfortunately, has got nothing right now. So hopefully we get some more soon. Otherwise, just have an awesome day. We'll see you in the next one.